right, I'm going to try this again. This is the second attempt. For some reason it didn't share any of this footage from my shell prompt on my terminal screen. So I'm going to give it another go. So what we're covering today is I have a very simple media library script that I've created. And all it does is, I've tried several before, and they don't do exactly what I'm wanting to do. Well, see, it's messing up still. Let's see what happens. You get the new screen. Do you get it? Awesome. There. All right. Make sure it's working this time. Okay. So if you go to GitHub and robotjtech, and it's right here under repositories, and you're going to see video transfer. Now, the reason I made this is it's a simple video transfer script I made to copy my videos, my media, whatever media you want really, but I use it for my videos, off my SD cards into a simple repository folder on my hard drive. I've tried like the media libraries that come with Final Cut, and Adobe makes one, and all these different libraries, and the problem with them is they're more than what I actually need. I don't keep, once I've made my video, I don't keep any of the original footage. I just do not have the space for it. So what I like to do is I keep the final encoded video, the finished product, I keep that. And then I throw away all the original clips just because, again, I don't have the space. If you use a media library application, like for example the one that Adobe provides, well, all of them, they store it all in a database. So you import your videos into the library, and then they're in a database. And you can't really easily just drag those into whatever video editing software you want to use. So you're going to the folder on the hard drive wherever it copied them to, and dragging them into your video editing software. Again, the other issue too is now they're also in a database. So when you're done with them and you want to just throw them away off your hard drive, you have to empty them out of the database in this media library. I just wanted something that would simply copy the files in an organized fashion from the SD card to a folder on my hard drive. Nothing fancy. And then I can drag those right into my project in my video editing software, Final Cut, Premiere, doesn't matter. And when I'm done, I can just throw the folders away. I don't have to clean out any library anywhere. So I made a simple Python script. Now, if you're running on Windows, I don't think you'll have to make changes on Linux, but if you're running on Windows, I'm pretty sure you'll have an issue with how the timestamps work. And so you're going to have to make some modifications to the script regarding the timestamp. The script does have a validation of the file after it copies. It makes sure that the final copy is the same size and has the same timestamp as the original, so that you know that, and this has been good enough validation for everything I've done, and I've never had an issue. If you want to do a more thorough validation, you could add the code in there to do it, but of course it would be much slower. The other thing I use is that validation allows you not to end up with duplicates. If you start to transfer an SD card over and you pull it out and you come back later, it'll detect what's already been copied over and just continue where it left off. If you end up copying like 5 files over so you have enough room, video 1 through 5, just so you could free up some space on your SD card, and then you put the card back into your camera and you delete videos 1 through 5, and you freed up some space, you can record, put it back in, it'll just continue where it left off. However, it's pretty simple, but it gets the job done. Now there's a section at the bottom here. Well, that's annoying. Try to get that highlighted. Get this bar off. Let me refresh this. So right here, I'll try to get it, refresh again. I'm going to just show you. See where it says the very bottom line where it says move M4A, MP4, JPEG. Those are the file extensions that you want to copy from your SD card. You can just add to that list, separated by commas, any extensions that you want to copy. So that's not an argument I have passed in the command line, but you could change it. Now, to run it, you simply call this command video py with the source folder and then the destination folder. Now I made some simple shell scripts to run it. There's the call to video py. And then on the GH5, whenever you format an SD card, it's going to be called with the extension of Lumix. Not the extension, but the folder, the label on the SD card is going to be Lumix. So I know that my GH5s are always going to be located here when I put the SD card in, and I always want to copy them to here. And so that's all that script does. And then for my Sony, my RX100, whenever I format an SD card, it always gets the name of untitled. And so I know when I'm trying to copy from my SDs from my Sony, or my GoPro, for example, is the same way. I can just use the Sony one. And again, it copies it to the same location right here. So now let's go ahead and give a test run of the script. Now, I already copied this SD card over by accident. Well, not by accident. I already copied over. I already did this video once, and it wasn't sharing the screens correctly as I went back and viewed it. So my whole live stream was messed up. So I'm redoing it. So let's go ahead and pop over to my file manager. And you're going to see where I already copied them over. It's these videos here, the 8th, the 9th. So for example, I'm going to just throw away this folder in the 9th. Now, what you're going to see is I can throw away this one folder, and this is my required folder that you saw that I want to copy everything to. Now, I have my script in a weird directory. I have it in a required folder over on my USB drive. But I'm going to run it again. And what you're going to see is it's going to flash by, and hopefully it's going to show you my shell screen this time. And it's going to skip a bunch of files that have already been copied. And so you can see how that validation works. And then the ones that are missing, it's going to recopy because I just deleted that directory. So I'll just double click. And I'm really hoping you're seeing this. So these files are all on the, what day does this say? See, it's the 9th. So was that the day I deleted? My memory's so short, I don't even remember. Pretty sure that's what I said was the 9th. So it's recopying all these files from the 9th. And what it does is it checks the timestamp of the file. It creates a folder on your destination for that date. So this is it made sure the folder existed. If it already existed, then it doesn't create a new one. And then it checks to see if the file exists with a verification. Well, if the file does not exist, then it starts copying it. Or if the verification matches where the file is the right size and has the right timestamp. Now, what I've done is to prevent overwriting files with the same name, is the file actually gets the timestamp appended as a Unix timestamp. The epoch time is appended to the beginning of the file name. So if you started to record one SD card, it started with the file of C1, C001 if it was a Sony, for example, and then you put in another SD card and you want to copy that over, and they were both recorded on the same day, and it's probably going to start with the same file name, C0001. You do not have to worry about it overwriting your already copied over files. I'm going to pop over here while this runs. Seriously, it's still showing the wrong file. What is up with that? Let me try this again. I hate the lag because I can't see this. I'm going to close terminal. For whatever reason, OBS is not grabbing my new terminal window, and I don't understand why. That should just grab it. I'm going to have to open it. You're going to see, you're probably going to see the messy, well, see, why is it doing that? Go terminal. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I'm still getting used to all this live streaming stuff. Let's see what I got wrong on here. I just want to call the normal terminal. Okay, so I'm going to just open this. That is open. Should just be. All right. Well, it worked perfectly, and now it doesn't. Okay. Fine, I am going to do it a different way. Let's go ahead and everything fails when you need it to work, and it's not going to share it. Dang it. All right, fine. I know how I'll get it. If I go here, I got the terminal. I'm going to just click on this and force it to do it this way. So I'll get you going here. Go back here. You should be able to see this screen now. If I pick this, I'm going to make sure it quit. I'm going to just click on it. It's going to pull up the wrong terminal window, and I'm going to click back and move this out of the way. I'm going to do it this way. So, of course, now as soon as I click this, it's going to go wrong again. There. All right, so I restarted it, and as you can see, just a second ago you couldn't see it, but it had already started copying these files. So when I restarted it, it shows that, oh, these files already match. So let's get back to where I was at, and we're going to go into Documents, and we're going to go to Required, and you're going to see the 9th folder here as it's getting copied in. It's copying these files right now into this folder, and you'll notice right here, God, I hope this is working. Yeah, there it goes. It's so I'm looking at another screen. It's actually as it's streaming on YouTube, and it's so far behind, I can't tell. But yeah, it looks like it's working here. So that's odd that it shows it that way. I'm going to move this over to the side. Again, you can see all these areas right here where it says verified file number. I'm going over this again because I don't know what you actually got to see because it was messing up. So it shows that the file is verified, so it didn't copy. And then it found this one wasn't there yet, so that's where it started. And then it started copying. So what I do is I add the timestamp to the beginning of the file so you won't overwrite files that are actually the same because they always get a unique file name no matter what. So if I put another SD card in that happen to have the exact same files as far as file names, they're going to have different timestamps because they were actually recorded at different times. So even if they were recorded on the same day, you do not have to worry about overwriting. But it's very simple, and then you can go into your video editor and just drag these folders into your project, and you're good to go. And when you're done, you can right-click and throw them away. So I hope that this video comes out at least to where you can see it a little better. My apologies. I'm still trying to get used to this live streaming kind of thing, and it's just practice, I guess, is what's required. So I'm going to pop over to GitHub again, just to be sure I haven't missed anything. But yeah, we'll go. It's under the video transfer section. It's video.py. One thing you will, if you don't know how to make this an executable file, which you would just at your shell prompt chmod all +x video.py. That's the command you would type in shell. I know it's odd that I'm typing it in the browser window, but it's just to show you real quick. If you don't have any clue of what that is, then just run this video command with, and actually I'm going to make that change for you right now. I'm going to just edit this file, and so if you don't have the right, you can just do it like this. There. That way you don't have to worry about setting the permissions on the file, and it will just work because you're calling Python first to tell it how to run this, to tell it that this needs to run this. So I'll just make that quick change to these two, and then you don't have to worry about setting permissions. That's probably the easiest solution. All right. Again, so you're sending, basically you're calling the video py, you're sending the destination folder and then the source folder. And that's all you have to do. And we can pop over and let's see how this is going. I go back to my desktop, and I don't want to click on my terminal window because it will show you the wrong one as soon as I do. But Again, it's copying away. There it goes. It's up to video 100. And again, if we go to the folder, as you can see, it's filling the folder up. And just for kicks, I'm going to close this and show you what would happen, just to expose you to it again. Close this file, this window. We're going to terminate it, and then I am going to run it again. And it's going to show you the wrong screen, but I'll flip back really quick. Required videos, and I'm going to run GH5, and now I'm going to just click on this so you can see it. And as you can see, it just flipped automatically. It just scrolled through. And I'd like to click on this to show you. Here, let me try this. I'm just going to show you the wrong window. Boy, that's more than annoying. I'll have to get that fixed. Click back here so you can actually see it. But as you can see, it just flipped right through really quick, all the way right to where we left off. It had finished copying video 100. It did verify, so it started with 101. Alrighty, guys. Apologize for the technical difficulties trying to get this out to you. I'm going to try to do more live streaming. They're a little quicker and easier for me. I can just sit down in front of the computer, show you what I've been working on. I don't have to do editing, hopefully. Don't have to retake the whole video, hopefully, as I get better at it and not an idiot at it. Maybe I'll get, do it right the first time, next time around. So, you guys have a great afternoon. It's definitely cold and snowy here in Iowa, so I'm sure no one will envy me. You guys have a great afternoon, and please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.